Well, hi everybody. It is the Monday Muse on a Thursday. I don't know if we'll have quite the turnout because it is normally at this hour on Mondays. But as you all know, I smashed the living heck out of my finger. And I'm going to show you it. Look how well it's already getting better. Can you see it? It was black on the end the first day. And I'm not sure if I'm going to lose my fingernail, but I'm super glad that it is not pitch black the entire thing. So anyway, so today on our Monday Muse on this beautiful Thursday, we are going to talk about what it's going to take for you to meet the man of your dreams. And then the tagline is again, because obviously everybody in this group has been married before and is no longer married. Well, there are some that are married, but you get the gist. So I've created this whole, the Dating Widow program all around that. And the reason I've done that is because I don't know, I've had so much success in my own relationship and my online dating experience. And I'm not saying that's the only way to get out and date, but I am saying that I had success in that. And so I want to share that with you guys and talk about it. But the thing is, and I always preface this series with, if you're not in that place, if you're not ready to date, just ignore it, click it off, go to a different page or do whatever, but don't feel I don't want you to get offended that we're talking about dating if you are only a few months out or whatever. So this is for some people in the group. It's not for everybody. So what I would say though, if you're ready to date or at least explore the possibility, and if you're unsure when or how or what or anything, how to jump into that dating pool. And I always envision when I say that, this big kersplash, somebody doing a cannonball, because it's kind of scary. It's a big thing. But I will say that if you are and you don't know where to start, which is the case for almost every widowed woman that I speak with at this stage in their journey, this Dating Widow group coaching program is for you. And so what I mean by group coaching is that we will create a forum where we all meet on a regular basis and we go through a program with modules and blah, blah, blah. But we'll go over that later. What I want to do is I want to talk about kind of a high-level overview of what it's going to take. And you want to make sure that you are, that some key things are checked off before you start to date. I put, and this is exactly what I did, and that's why I think it works, is be in a good place with your grief. It's not going to ever disappear. It is an absolute fact of something that you've gone through. But those that have been in this situation for a while will attest to, the grief, the sharp edges of grief begin to soften over time. And I don't know how else to explain it, but it does. I spoke with a gal last night, actually, and she said the same thing. She said there was a fog hanging over her head, and three years into it, it's finally beginning to lift. And so it does begin to lift. Excuse me, my dogs are wrestling. Anyway, make sure you're in a healthy mind, body, and spirit. And I guess here's my question to you guys. Do you want to date somebody that is an absolute basket case, emotional mess? Probably not. And if you do, that's a different conversation. But we want to get you to a place where you're confident and strong and that you feel healthy inside and out. And that takes some time. I shared all of that last Monday with you guys and kind of what I went through with my gut issues and et cetera, et cetera. So you want to make sure that you're healthy in your mind, body, and spirit. The next thing is to boost your confidence with daily self-care rituals and routines. That could mean eating clean, moving your body on a regular basis, spending time in prayer, doing your daily devotions, meditating, whatever, getting out with friends once in a while, but make your self-care a priority so that you really can be and bring your best person to the dating table. Next thing, get the right support team in place. You know, I share this, I may overshare it, I don't know, I hope not, but I did not have the kind of support that we have in this group in my early time of widowhood. I just didn't have it. None of my friends got it. I didn't have one other friend that was a widow, except I did start to create some relationships in a support group that I had. But get the right support team in place. And again, that's what this dating widow coaching program is all about, is putting that team of resources. And when I say resources, I'm talking about tactical and practical things for you to do. Next thing, you know, if writing a super sassy, fun, attractive profile is not your gift and it's not your forte, don't sweat it. Find somebody that it is. I happen to excel at that. I love to write, and I think that's why I had good success early in my dating career. Next thing, if you feel like you need a makeover, do it. You know, we don't have to go out and spend tons and tons of money. So in my program, we talk about that exactly, how to redo your entire wardrobe without breaking the bank. And I have some super cool ideas that have always worked for me. I'm not a big shopper. I'm not a big spender. I'm just not. So I didn't want to go to the mall and spend $5,000 on new clothes. So I got creative. So what else? Oh, same with makeup. You know, get some tips. Find somebody that knows how to do makeup, but doesn't, you know, it's not stressful. You don't want to come out looking all completely made up and uncomfortable in your own skin. It has to feel natural to you, whatever feels natural to you. But get that, again, that support team together. Be clear on what you want in a relationship. You get to pick. This might be the first time in a long time that you actually are 100% in the driver's seat, and you get to pick who you date, how it looks, what it looks, how they treat you. We teach people how to treat us. So we're going to talk about all of that so that you don't end up in some crappy ass relationship. We don't want that. You know, when you've been through what you've been through, you don't want to do that. You do not want to end up stuck in a bad relationship. Create your avatar. Who's the man that you can, you know, that can turn your head and make you feel giddy, and who do you want to align with? There's that phrase, feel equally yoked. And excuse me, I loved my husband. He was a good man, but we were not equally yoked. I was completely into personal development. That's what I did for my whole career, was go around and do corporate soft skills training. And so my husband was completely stuck in his ways. He was happy with mediocrity, which is okay, totally fine. But there was that disconnect in our relationship because I was always looking for ways to get better. And he was calling me, you know, basically a malcontent because things weren't good enough. But it's not that at all. It's all about growth and personal development and, you know, achieving those goals. So be aware of that and set those goals so that you know what you're striving for. Okay. Oh, I said this. So you get to go into this whole situation with your eyes wide open. You get to be in the driver's seat. You get to pick and choose what you do. And I don't want you to give the farm away. I don't want you to, you know, we'll talk about this in the program. If some of you decide to do it, great. I hope you do. But you don't have to throw up on someone and tell them every single thing that's ever happened in your life, all in the first hour. Men love to hunt. They like that mysterious feel to a relationship. And honestly, I will tell you that even when you're in a solid relationship and maybe even remarried, you know, they still like to feel like they're the hunter, they're the man of the house, blah, blah, blah. But it's important to make them feel important, okay? So, you know, take it slow. You don't have to jump in bed with anybody. I hope to God none of you do that, because talk about, you know, a mind screw, really. I don't know how else to put it, no pun intended, but that's not good. Why would you do that? Why would you sell yourself short like that? Take things slow. Enjoy the process. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Dating Widow program. and give you guys details. I've been promising to do that now for a couple of weeks and been building up to it as I've been working on it. So the Dating Widow, again, is based exactly on what my own experiences were. Hi, Erin and Deborah Jones. Oh, I'll let you know how to meet him. I will. We can do that. Okay, so out of my experiences, I have created, as you know, Renegade Widow, which is a full coaching program. And there's tons of women that have gone through my program and have received amazing results. Taking that a step further, it's been heavy on my heart for a long time to start the Dating Widow. And I have always been fascinated by the dynamics of relationships and communication and how things get started, how they, what the cadence of a relationship would be and all of that good stuff. So I've taken all of that and compiled it, my own personal experiences of being a widow, what I did to get myself ready to start dating again, how that looked when I started dating, and poured all of that and my experiences and that of my clients into this program. But here's the thing, you are 100% responsible for your outcome. And when I say responsible, I mean that in an empowering way. You get to decide. You do. If you don't know what kind of relationship you want to be in and you need that clarity, because sometimes we get in this small thinking mentality and we don't have clarity. We don't even have a clue where to start. We can talk about all of that. We certainly will talk about that in the program. So the Dating Widow is an 8-week course, and it's going to launch in early October. And what's going to happen is we're going to get a group of women, everybody that wants to participate will have a weekly coaching call, and everybody will be there. You'll see each other. You can begin to hear stories and share ideas and tips and tricks at a much higher level than we do in this group. It'll be really focused on that one thing. And by the way, the one thing is really going to be you. The dating and the man, and that's all a byproduct of what we're working on, but we want to make sure that I said this earlier, I don't know who was on and who wasn't, but we want to make sure that you are bringing your best self to the dating table, into your life. So we have 8 modules, and they're digital modules. We get them sent out to you so that you have those, and it gets you with exercises and activities, and totally doable, nothing that's going to be too crazy, but it's really going to stretch you in thinking about what you want, who you want to be, what kind of relationship you want at the end of the day, or in this case, the end of the, program. So the course is super easy to follow, and you'll always know what you need to do next. You'll have a place to come and ask your questions. You'll have support. You have access to me. I give all of my clients a Voxer access, and if you don't know what that is, it's a free app. It's super easy to use, and it's a great way to communicate quickly with. So to guide your dating approach, in the modules, you'll have thought-provoking questions, exercises both in the workbook and outside of your home. So these are fun. These are fun things that'll get you out there and get you kind of moving and grooving. We have journaling prompts, experiential teaching, and that comes from me, and it'll come from other women in the group too. We will completely build on each other's strengths, lessons learned, et cetera, et cetera. You will get a welcome packet, and it's going to prepare you for a fun new journey. And I want you to commit to your goal. This might sound scary, but it can be exciting. Did you know that your body emits the same chemical when you are scared and when you are excited? So if you're going to do something that stretches you and like, I don't know, I'm scared, I'm scared. Say, no, this actually excites me. I'm excited to do this. And that's what I'm feeling right now. So you can do that paradigm shift in your thinking and turn it around. So we'll talk about how to manage your new crush or new crushes, guys that you start dating, hopefully one at a time. I don't know. I'm not really into multiple dating, depending on the nature of the relationship. But also still honor your late husband's memory, his life, what you had together. One does not cancel out the other. It just doesn't. So We'll be able to focus on your good attributes, and we'll be able to recognize areas that need a little bit of coaching and a little bit of growth, and we can work on those. Excuse me. We'll work on those. So I'm going to kind of go over what the modules are about, or not even that, just kind of what they're titled. This is not set in stone. This is a beta program, which means the investment is a fraction of what it will be in the future. So it's ready, set, goals is really getting yourself hyped, getting 100% clear on your goals and what you want to achieve. And number 2, I called it Fun, Sexy Vixen. And you know what is really sexy in a woman is somebody that's confident and they feel good in their own skin. Why does that happen? And they have compassion. They're kind people, beautiful inside and out. It doesn't mean you have to look like a model or you have to do anything like that. It really comes in your mindset. And I will tell you, some of those women that look like runway models, they're more miserable than all of us put together. And so that isn't where the beauty lies. It lies within your soul and your heart. So we'll learn all about that. We'll talk about, eating healthy, eating clean, getting your body moving, makeup, clothing. We'll have some super fun ways to, again, revamp your wardrobe and get you kind of sassy and spiced up a little bit. Module 3, get good at online dating. So what does that mean? It means a lot of things. It really means getting in tune with what's happening. You're listening to your intuition. You're not making bad decisions. You're making intentional decisions. So that kind of thing. Your magnetized dating profiles, scripting. What is it going to say? What is it going to read? And then I am going to offer what I call copy review. That's that's a industry term, but what it says, I'll have you take the first stab at it with some outlines, and then I go through it and kind of wordsmith it. And I do that for my clients in other areas of their life too. And it's something I thrive at and excel at, and I love it. So what else? You want to make sure that you're posting the right photos that conveys the right message. And so we'll talk about all of that. We'll have a step-by-step guide to create really your beautiful, effective, magnetizing dating profile so that you're attracting the right kind of people. And your energy field. We're going to talk about mindset conversations and, again, how to attract that right man and not attract. There's a lot of people out there that are not a good fit for a lot of people. And so we want to make sure that you have clarity and that your energy field is good and that you're attracting the right people. The next module, spectacular first impressions. When you start going on dates, how do you act? What do you say? What do you wear? Where do you go? Blah, 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 blah. We cover all of that because you want to make sure that you stay safe. And you also want to make sure that that you're having fun and you feel good about it. So we talk about all of that, what to do and not do on your first date. I cannot reiterate this enough, pace yourself, ladies, pace yourself. It doesn't all have to, Rome was not built in a day, okay? So it's gonna take some time. Module number 7, 2 halves do not make a whole. I love to use this analogy, and we'll talk a lot about it in the program. Imagine a house, and these are the 2 walls, and the roof is up here. Imagine if those 2 walls had to be stuck together all the time, and they were not independent of each other. What would happen? The roof would fall down. They would not have the house, which in this case is the relationship. We want to make sure that you're solid and whole and healthy, completely inside and out, so that you are independent, but you make a good part of the house. You're a good contributor to the relationship. Huge thing, huge. A lot of people do not get that. but it's important. You have to have that independence to be attractive and to be a good dating candidate. Number 8, relationship bliss. And this is something that I love. And that is really all about those adult conversations. And when I say adult, I don't mean rated X. I mean mature, having a high emotional quotient and not getting needy and clingy and you know, scaring the men away. Men are they're a funny animal, you guys. They're so funny. Not always in a funny way, but in an odd way. They, you know, if we start pressing in too close, here's what happens. When someone starts to pull away and we start pulling closer, they run a little faster. You know, pretty soon they're gone. They're off into their horizon because they are scared crapless. And so it's important to have a nice cadence. Anyway, we'll go into all of that. I was going to go off on a tangent, but I'm not going to. So that's the 8th module, recognizing things for what they really are instead of what's perceived. Huge, 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 huge. That's something that not just us as widowed women need to know. That's something the entire world needs to know. You know, they say that they have that expression that perception is reality. But the reality is that's not always true. It's not always true. So we have to be able to decipher and discern what's really going on. That's an important part. And nobody loves the word boundaries. Nobody loves the word boundaries until you start to learn how to implement them without, you know, totally trashing a relationship. Then you're like, this is really good. So we'll talk about that too. Then, in this 8-week program, we're going to have bonuses. Bonus number 1, now what? What happens next? Get a clear vision on what you want to happen next if you're truly engaging in a relationship. Kind of a guide to manifesting your dream life. You cannot, you know, there's a difference between goals and dreams. Dreams are, oh, I want to live on the beach someday and I want to drive a Ferrari. Goals are, I will buy a beach house in 10 years. It will be at this beach. It will look like this. I have a girlfriend, she created her vision board and it has every single room of her beach house. And guess what? She's in her beach house. So it's just having that clarity of what you want. So that's part of it. The next bonus is, again, profile review. We talked a little bit about that. Possible editing, rewriting, or a rewrite of your online dating profile. And the value I have placed on that is $800. And that's because I've paid that much for different copy to be reviewed and edited. So I know that's what it's worth. The next bonus is your shopping guide. You know, I keep talking about kind of remaking or making over your wardrobe. Again, it doesn't have to break the bank. It can be fun. I always say start first in your closet. When I need to spice up my wardrobe, I go in, I look at everything, I tear it apart, and I figure out how I can match things. And some people are much more detailed than that, or than me in that regard. I'm not super picky. I threw this shirt on about a minute before we started today, but you know, some people really like to have that done. So we have a process for that so that, again, it's fun and it's not breaking your bank. There's some different things you can do. Again, start in your own closet, hold a clothing exchange, have a fashion makeover without breaking the bank. All of that will be included. Number 5 bonus, blueprint to orchestrate your own photo shoot. And a lot of people will be saying, oh, hell no. But it's fun and it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't, but you want to be able to portray on your dating profile that you're a fun person. You don't want, I had a friend one time and she's built her dating profile and she put herself in her business suit up there teaching in front of the class because she's a business owner teaching sales and leadership training, And I said, oh my gosh, and I will not use her name to protect the innocent, but I said, you got to back that back, girl. So you got to know what to put that's attractive, and it'll, again, bring that right person. And knowing what post you want to put and your makeup and all of that. We're going to talk about how to do makeup. As we get older, I'm 56. I know older women do not typically wear bright, bold lipstick colors as well as we used to when we were kids. As we get older, we want to learn ways to soften our appearance and to, anyway, there's some method behind that madness. And I just want to tell you guys, I learned all of this stuff in my own coaching program that I paid $8,000 for, actually. So there was a lot to learn. It wasn't just about this, but it was about building my business and my brand. And so that's why I have that experience and the knowledge of how we can work through that. Now, the bonus number 6, comprehensive list of conversation starters. Sometimes you're like, what do we say? If things kind of stall, you just have something fun to bring up, and how to talk so that they listen, and how to listen so other people talk. And that's another skill, and that's something, that bonus I valued at $95. Bonus number 7, again, that word boundaries is coming up because some of us don't exactly know how to set healthy boundaries. And this is going to be good for not just in your dating world, but in your entire life. It can be good for work situations and coworkers and family members and friends. And you guys, when I was a young woman raising kids, I didn't have any boundaries. I was like, oh, anyway, I didn't even know it until I literally lost my shit with a friend. And we broke up friendship. She was my best friend, but I didn't know how to set boundaries with her. And I blew up. And it took us a couple of years to get back together. And honestly, we've never been the same because I don't let people walk on me anymore. I don't let that happen. So there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of value in that, whether, again, it's in the dating world or in your family world. Bonus number 8, and I don't know if you saw the movie Dumb and Dumber, where they find a briefcase full of money and they make coupons every time they spend some money, and then one of them was for a Ferrari or something. They said, you're going to want to hold on to this one, it's worth a lot of money. And I laughed when I wrote this because this is true. In this program, each of you will get 2 one-to-one private 30-minute coaching calls. So we actually go offline from the group and we talk about things and kind of really brainstorm, and it's an intensive 30-minute coaching session. So the value of that is $500, and that is something that I know my clients find valuable. I know that they get a lot out of those one-to-one sessions. Let's see, bonus number 9, the entire program of Beautiful Life package. So some of you will remember we did a series on called The Beautiful Life, and it was 4 series, 4 digital workbooks, and some of you got it and some of you didn't. So I want to make sure that those of you that did not can get that package and add that to your life and add that to your the up-leveling that I believe you will really benefit from. So that package is a value of $395. That's what I sell it for off the shelf. And again, I did give it away to quite a few women. If you didn't get it, it will be included in this Dating Widow coaching program. And let's see. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about pricing. I don't have as many people on here today, and I notice it's super quiet because I'm guessing that you guys might be afraid to chime in or to speak up because you think I'm going to try to hard sell you. And I just want to clear that up right now. I never, ever, ever do that. I do not try to talk or guilt or browbeat anybody into my coaching programs, because the success, my business is determined, the success of my business and my reputation is determined by how well people do or don't do. And if somebody is, no, I don't really want to do that, I don't want to do that, I'm scared, I can't, okay, no worries, you guys, I'm still going to love you, we're still going to interact online, blah, 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 all of that. There's no hard sell in my world, period. Okay, so off the shelf price, moving forward, this entire program that I valued over $8,000 is going to be $29.97. That's for the 8 weeks and all the bonuses, all the things we talked about. The today's price, I'm taking $2,000 off. And the reason I'm doing this is because it's a new program. And so we're calling it not really a beta because I've put a lot of thought into it, but it is the first run. And so we're going to start the first part of October. I'll have that hard date very soon. I'm leaning toward Tuesday, October 1st, but that's not set in stone. And we'll have that date. We'll all start together. There will be ongoing enrollment. If you want to jump in the middle, that's not going to be a problem. It will work that way, but the price will be significantly higher. So the price today is $9.97. And if you, it's so funny because I can see when people are on and when they're jumping off. I can't see who they are, but I can see it kind of going up, going down, going up, going down. So please don't be scared. I don't care if you, I mean, I'd love for you to join. I want to work with you, but only if it's right for you. So I do take some payment plans. I have an option of 2 payments for $525 each. So that'd be basically $525 per month. And this price will end on September 23rd. That's this Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So that is a hard stop for that price. It will go up from there. Now, after Monday, September 23rd, if you want to be in this beta program and not pay the $3,000, the price will be $1,297. So what needs to happen is if you have any interest, and I'm going to leave this open because I know a lot of people aren't on here, they're working, or this is an odd time to be having the Monday news on a Thursday afternoon. But if you are interested, I need you to direct message me. I'm going to post this video at the top for those that watch it, and direct message me and let me know that you want to be added onto the wait list. And we will add you to the list. But anyway, I'm going to close that price off on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if for some reason you're not ready or you're just not sure or you have questions, I 100% will hop on a call with you. I'll link my appointment booking page right into the comments of this or somewhere in here on this video. But it's just renegadewidow.com/apply. And you can see my calendar. You can get yourself on there. We will talk about what questions you have. I'll answer any questions you have. If it's not the right time, we'll talk about what that might look like going forward for you. But if you want this special price, I need to hear from you. I need you to direct message me or pop yourself onto my calendar and let's talk about it, because the prices will be going up. And what else? I think that's it. I think that's all I have for right now. And again, I don't know who's on here. My finger is so much better. It's just that one blister right there, but wow, did that hurt. So it's getting better. So I want to just say thank you to everybody for all the love and support and private messages and messages here on Facebook and in the group. And anyway, it was quite an ordeal for me. I ended up going to bed at 3 o'clock that afternoon because it hurt so bad. So anyway, that's why we didn't do the Monday news on Monday. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, it's quiet as a church in here. Nobody's talking. Everybody's probably afraid to chime in. If you have any interest in dating oh, here's the other thing, and I didn't write it down, but I wanted to make sure that I mention it. If you want to be part of this program, but for whatever reason, you don't have the finances, I am going to offer a couple of scholarships. So here's what needs to happen for that. You need to go straight to my website and book a call so we can talk about it. I'll be giving away 2 scholarships. I don't want money to be the reason you don't participate in this program if you have interest in it. So again, if you can pay, I'm not gonna let money get in the way right now. I just really feel like that has been put on my heart and I want to help. First of all, if you don't know my mission, it is to change the world one woman at a time. And it's the whole ripple effect. You've probably all heard it. I won't bore you with the details, but that's my passion. That's my heart, is to do that. And it's not to, I don't want to leave anybody out if they really, really want to be part of it. So I'm going to pin this again, this video to the top. I'm going to put my calendar link right in this post, and let me know. I am excited beyond words for this. I'm so excited. And I just know, you know, what it feels like to be in love again and to be loved again. And I never forget this. I'll always remember this. I was in my widow's group support that I went to, not in Facebook, but in a live group. And so one of the gals said, the person that I was the most important to died. And that just put it into perspective. I was like, oh my God, that is so true. So to that point, I know what it's like to finally be in that type of a relationship and be in love again. And that's why I'm doing this. So you guys, I'm signing off. I really am excited to get to work with those of you that are brave enough. And you know what, if you have questions and you book a call and you are not sure, let's talk about it. I'm not going to twist your arm. I am not going to twist your arm. That's not who I am. That's not how my business thrives. So that's it. I'm getting off my soapbox, and that's what I got. Talk to you guys soon. I can't wait to hear. Oh, and if you're all in, you're like, hell yes, then direct message me. I didn't build what we, again, in this industry, what we call in the industry, a landing page where you could click on the link, but I will get you set up. It'll be easy peasy, and we'll get you all set up. And I cannot wait to get started. So take care. Have a good night.